priorities. Cool. I like
to
that
oblige.
because we've been clever in some of our responses, that's paying off. I just thought it was just randomness. So that's the headquarters. Well, you have a name.
Gone shepherds us all, traveler.
Never mind.
Seek out his temple along the sacred
A map
stair.
emporium?
Thy path.
I do know I want to go to the tavern because I think I want to fill up on water and like ale for the crew, get some more hardtack. They might have some rice. I was expecting to see that at by the port.
That's unusual.
Is that a trap? That is a trap. Hi. Can I click you?
Oh, hello. Welcome to my shop. It's such a pleasure to see a new face.
Sansa bounces back on his heels, a wide grin plastered on his worn face.
How might I assist you?
What do you do here?
Oh, I am a cartographer. I make maps. I'm not half bad at it either. And may the gods forgive my immodesty for saying so. If you need a map of any settled region of the Deadfire, I am your man. And my commission rates are quite generous. It used to be I would take to the sea and do a bit of charting myself, but I haven't the time. Too many maps need making. A shame, too. There's a whole swath of the Deadfire I've yet to see.
Maybe you could pay us to do that.
I'm quite keen to write a book, in fact. Oh, but I won't trouble you about that. Excuse my nattering on, won't you?
Nice dog.
You think so? He is a magnificent beast, isn't he?
Sansa's face splits into a broad grin bright enough to light the room.
He's been a bit low lately. Between you and me, I think he's heartsick for the sea.
Well, I know somebody who likes dogs. Show me what you have to say.
Certainly, certainly. It would be my pleasure. Of course, it's mostly books and knickknacks. Maps I do on commission, you see.
Adventures Grimoire? Chain Lightning is nice. I think whatever we get will be nice. Snakeskin Grimoire. Huh. Oh, I can see, like, getting high levels and then being able to immediately get a bunch of those because of Grimoire would be amazing. Pitfalls of Deadfire. This traveler's guide is circulated for the benefit of newcomers to the Deadfire Archipelago. One passage stands out. Avoid at all costs the spider Belrenga. She's a menace to the Isles, a poison-dripping terror of legendary proportions. Her ravenous young swarm unwary travelers. And her rage is nigh unimaginable if a single broodling is harmed. Seek her out at your own peril. The Deadfire's Preservation Society takes no responsibility for the harm inflicted by knowing ignorance of the risks, and every effort has been made to keep travelers away from the falling coordinates. 8 degrees. You put it right there. That's great. A map of Belrenga's position is marked off with wax seal in the shape of a skull. It points towards an inlet west of Andra's mortar. Yoink. Spyglass! I've been wanting a spyglass. I don't have enough money. I need to sell stuff. Grr. These are 100 each. I don't like any of those, so you can go. Bam. I still need more. Dang it. A bunch of good scrolls, too. Do I want to hold on to that? I will lose 2 deflection total. No, wait, 8, 10. This is 6. I'd lose 4. But I'd gain fire resist. Defense against gaze attacks. That kind of means blinded. And I would get 4 more accuracy. That's kind of tough. I need to give that to him. Can I do that right now? Yeah. Immunity to poison attacks. That's actually pretty good. Sigil Pain Wardstone. See, this seems really good. I want to keep that. These are things we already actually have. We have that, we have that, we have that. We got Fireball. I don't think we need this one. And what are these? Scorching Venom? I need to use those. But let's... Yeah. Am I still missing some? How much is that? 80, so 5,800. I need to get down another 200? Dang it. Well... Oh, now you can take this stuff. Okay, good. How much did the trap sell for? Oh, nice. I like that ring. That's kind of cool. I'll keep the fine stuff. You can take all that stuff. I can take my grimoires back, actually. I might end up using those. No. You can have that. And that. I wanted to see if Scepter was good for Spiff. But we'll probably come across something better later. Why do I have a fine pistol in here? You don't have like a limited number of like money, do you? I hope not. I have 15 shields. Good lord. For some reason, I didn't think I could sell all this stuff to a random cartographer. But now, hopefully, I can get it. Got it. Can I? Scroll of Pool of Yora requires 5 Arcana. Requires 9? Oh, wow. I need to remember that's there. That's stealing. Is all this stealing? This is all actually stealing. Dang it. Pet the dog. Oh well. All right. Oh, Rosette, thank you for the host, by the way. Appreciate that. Hope you had some fun playing whatever it is you were playing. Let's keep exploring the town. Keep exploring.
The Queen is holding court today with the Valians and Rowattians.
How long before they're killing each other?
Wager on it?
Well, that's comforting. Do I have to have this on my person? I'd like to think I can have it in there. We can't get drunk. Yes.
And all our enemies felt a sudden chill.
Oh, man. Love getting you to a town. You can go around to different places, read all the different lore, talk to random people who have cool dogs, and make maps. Find treasure maps in said place. Hi, person with a name. Cortana's voice finds you before she does. Her barks of laughter and cheerful directives resounding thoughtful throughout the mill. She flits from worker to worker, offering critique and approval. When she finally spots you, a shadow of appreciation passes over her face. She hides it with a toothy grin.
If you are here about the taxes, tell the Queen... Oh, you are not the tax collector.
No, she narrows her eyes, her hand twitching at the hilt of her blade.
What business brings you to my mill?
Who are you?
Okay.
She leans in close, one prodigiously furry eyebrow raised.
You go around asking just anyone in Queen's Birth personal questions, maybe you end up dead in a ditch. Have caution, eh?
I asked who you were.
Lucky for you, I am a woman of honor. I direct luminous milling for the Valiant Trading Company. It's a nice job, huh? And I'm quite good at it. You want to know more? Buy me a drink first, per guano.
Per guano? Oh, for the good. What do you do here? Looks about the room with exaggerated wonder, her eyes wide. She laughs a little to herself and runs a finger across the arm of the chair beside her. She holds the finger up for your inspection. It's caked in shimmering blue dust.
We mill luminous, of course. Take big chunks, break into smaller chunks, crush into dust-sized chunks. Per complanquenet, it is really not so complicated.
For mercy. Come on now.
Good day.
Okay. Rooftop balcony. Guard. These all guards? Guard. Oh, yeah, we can't steal any of this stuff. Dang it. Well, let's see what's on the rooftop. Or balcony. Sorry, balcony. Curious if Twitch's notifications went away. Or is on a hiatus, because I see the message that Rosette did that, but I didn't get a thing. It didn't show up in my activity feed. Very interesting. Wet dog. Abraham. You look like a golden retriever. Reduces recovery penalty for armor. Wait, what? That's amazing. Sorry, Gosha. Abraham's coming in. Besides, he's wet. We need to get him dry. That was totally worth coming up to the balcony. Holy cow. If you guys don't understand that the armor, when you go from light to medium to heavy, it increases recovery time between attacks, between spells, and whatnot. So the spell could have like a second cast time. You'd cast it for a second, and then you'd have to wait around for 4 seconds before you could do anything else. So by reducing recovery time, we get to do more things during combat, which usually means things will die faster or we won't die as much. So that's huge. I don't know how much it reduces it, but it goes from like 0 to 15, 25, and 35% increased recovery time.
I have already dislodged one trespasser from my head. I've no interest in another.
Sorry, lad. Thought that chip on your shoulder were for all to see.
Do you ever have a thought and just decide to keep it to yourself?
More'n you know, my dear mate. More'n you know.
Is there no... There's the headquarters, a cobbler, road south, Peddler's Canal. Let's just head this way. Maybe the tavern's this way. That's how big the town is. It takes at least two maps. This place is actually a lot bigger. So we're in Queen's Birth. This is the Overlook. The Gullet. The only other place we can go is the Gullet, so we'll go to the Gullet. Oh wait, can we supply our ship? We can buy other ships. Oh wow, we can upgrade our sails too? Holy flip! If I push this, so we're really just missing a bunch of medicine, but we're at 80 of 200. That's a lot. I'll do that because we spent a lot of money. How's our rice looking? And water. There. Oh wait, I was gonna get him some ale. Oh, we can get other cannons too. We need to, because we only have 3 out of 4. Wait, what? Upgrades the cabins of the captain to be more luxurious? A pen created to house all the extra pets that can be taken on adventures. That's awesome. Do you not have just like ale? You have lager, which does increase morale, but you're really expensive. A Okay, it's fine. That's fine. We needed the medical supplies. Jeez. A Principate group notices you walking and approaches you on the street. Even before I get to the loading screen? Dang. They must have been looking out for me. Well, well.
Finally washed into port.
Am I supposed to know you? Seraphin stops as the other pirates approach, his fists balled. The heat of his anger flushes your skin, then seeps beneath, simmering your thoughts.
Hold up, Cap. That be Malnage, the High Queen Sea Devil of the Deadfire herself, awaiting us like a shark in hate.
Be ready for anything.
Always, Cap.
His hand hovers near the handle of his weapons. A flash of ice-cold loathing cuts through the heat of Seraphin's anger, threatening to wash you over. Fight against it. Aching shoulders, aching wrists, aching ankles, bound and gagged, the filthy rag in your mouth soaked through and briny, every breath like drowning, banging from the bowsprit, the rise and fall of swells, the sea spray of a chilling shock. Malnage shouting from the bulwark. Ignore it, she says. Ignore it and focus, you useless sack of spiders. Filth. Reality rushes back in like an approaching wave.
If it ain't the Deadfire's newest captain, still all shiny and sleek. Surprised to see this salty old barnacle's itched to ride on your hull.
The other Orlan's eyes search you. Her hands rest casually on her hips.
Typical Malnage. Can't match my skill, so you try to spew shit.
Boy, when you're as old as me, your skill will still be naught more than the untrained fumbling of an adherent maid to the refined workings of my mind.
The sailors backing her chuckle. What brings you here, Malnage? Well, hold on. Do we want to be a bro and say when you insult Seraphin, you insult me? Or we could be like, who are you? We don't care. Are you two done posturing? I have better things to do. You insult Seraphin, my friend. You insult me.
Apologies, Captain. Didn't realize you'd married your honor to this scallywags. You boy him, believe you me. I've heard about your run-ins with Captains Benweth and Ferrante. Meeting the old Principe seems like. Almost makes a girl green. The envy of missing the party.
She grins, her mouth filled with sharp yellow teeth.
I'm tracking a man by the name of Rimaro. Traitor to the cause.
Romaro ain't no traitor, you mind-blind sack of squid squirts.
Seraphin growls, fists tight and fur bristling. You feel the anger coil around him and spill outward, and your vision begins to swim. I'm gonna fight against it again. It always seems to happen anyway. A sharp strike against your cheek, and your head bites bits. Is it bites or bite? Bits wood barred. The wet of something roiling down the back of your scalp, clumping in your fur, and Malnage standing over you, fists balled. A flash like thunder and copper in your mouth. Then an old man, eyes equal parts kindness and rage, hauling her back, shouting her down, turning to you, leaning in, the rage fleeing.
Captain, there'll be a bounty of some 4,000 pounds on Rimaro, quick or dead. I'd be willing to cut you 1/10 of that, here and now, if you give me any knowledge you might have stumbled across on your travels.
Well, I honestly know nothing about this. Menage's eyes narrow to sharp lines in her graying fur, and her lip curls back over her sharp teeth.
Careful, Watcher. You don't want to go making yourself an enemy of the Principe Sen Petrella. Anyone aids our enemies shares their fate, you know? Fare thee well, Captain. See you around, Seraphin.
She turns on her heels and leads her crew away. My person will probably kill later. Aloth wants to talk to me.
Thank you again for maintaining my story in front of Vanessa and the others.
He gives you a grateful smile that fades almost as quickly as it appears.
I didn't enjoy deceiving them, but it seemed simpler than the alternative.
Are you still thinking about Vanessa since I have insight and I want to use it?
I realized there could be nothing between us. But it was nice to have a friend all the same.
I thought we were friends.
You stood with me through more than anyone I've ever known.
He clasped his hands together, working his fingers into a tight knot.
But a lot has happened over the last 5 years.
So tell me.
After we parted, I set out to destroy the Leaden Key. It's controlled us for too long. I wanted to free Kith from it. So for 5 years, I've been tracking down Leaden Key circles, searching for the places where they operate in secret, trying to undo them.
Might as well start with the ones operating from crystal waters and sandy beaches. You know, the ones in Hawaii.
It does seem idyllic, but the pamphlets fail to mention the worm nests and sea serpents.
Yeah, that wouldn't do good for a vacation.
The task has been more difficult than I anticipated.
I do apologize for that. Couldn't hit my mute button. Instead, tried to cough on my freaking elbow.
I don't think I fully understood the weight of the decisions I would have to make, or the burden of living with them.
It's all good, bro.
It was much easier when I only had to follow someone else's lead. My father's, Theos's, yours.
Easy, sure. I led you right into the prison of gods.
What matters is that you got us out again.
Apparently. He laces his fingers together, a familiar look of anxiety working its way over his face.
After we defeated Theos, I thought the hard part of undoing his work would be tracking down the Leaden Key's members and operations.
Well, maybe he had an address book. Too bad you burned his robes. He gives you an appreciative smile, but his mind is clearly elsewhere.
Perhaps this would be easier with an example.
Go on.
I went to a village in Old Valia, a run-down backwater of a place. Centuries ago, the Leaden Key had intervened to end some heretical cult. The details were lost, but what had endured was a practice of ritual bloodletting. A gruesome, pointless tradition.
You got an eye for charming little towns, I'll say that much.
At every full moon, the villagers would feed the soil with their blood. No one, young or old, sick or hale, was exempt.
They must have had some purpose in mind.
Yes, but the specifics depended on whom you asked. Some thought it would ward off Scan, or bring Berth's favor on the village, or Gon's blessing to their crops. The village priest administered the practice. Grim old fellow. Reminded me of Theos. He was a tyrant. I was certain that if the villagers were free of his influence, they'd be free from the bloodletting too. So I arranged for him to have an accident.
He gives you a sly look. And then?
The old man died, and the villagers were terrified. They were convinced his death was an ill omen. They blamed it, and every other mishap that befell them, on their lack of faith. So they began bloodletting every week, turning on their neighbors for giving too little.
Dang, that kind of backfired, didn't it? His lips twist, as if the words themselves have a bitter taste.
Instead of a handful dying each year, a few perished every week.
He worked the edge of his sash into a tight knot. He clenches it between pale, rigid fingers. And now you feel responsible, is that it?
I had to do something, didn't I?
He turns to you with wide, anguished eyes. He pauses again, untwisting the sash at his lap.
I keep wondering what I might have done differently, or how I could have known better.
So our choices are, I don't have an answer for that. Learning from mistakes like this is a good start. I like that one so far. Stop dwelling on this, you'll paralyze yourself. The villagers have found a way to live with the ritual. In time, perhaps they would have changed it on their own. I don't agree with that. Crazy people be crazy people. The village chose this. They're to blame, not you. I like learning from mistakes.
I suppose so. Thank you. It's a relief to share this burden. You've given me a lot to think about.
I do want to know what the animancers were doing, but I get the basic idea. I probably won't understand it, so let's talk more. Let's talk later. Oh. So this was pretty much only because we were talking to that one... Yeah, we're in here. It, like, stopped us on the way to our destination. That's kind of cool. I want to get our quest done, and then I want to go do some other stuff. I also apparently want to wait more. You leave the bustle of the crowds behind, making your way along the winding path into the gullet. For a time, the path ascends the mountains. Even so, the cramped walls and run-down Huana buildings close in around you, obscuring your view. You come to a dark passage, cutting through the mountain, just wide enough to accommodate a wagon. The path here descends steadily into the rock face. After a lengthy journey through the dimly lit tunnel, you come to the gates of the gullet. The stench hits you at first, a foul mixture of rot, stale air, and bodily odors. You notice a guardsman pushing a cart heaped high with moldering food, which must account for some of the smell. Ahead, the homes of the gullet emerge as a collection of lights amid the darkness. You hear the rush of water below, and frigid breeze wafts up from the unseen depths like an exhalation. The gullet has been saved. They put the refuse pile as a spot on the map? Oh, wow. Half-eaten food scraps litter the pile. The rancid stench rises from it. So we're in the ghetto. Like, that's where we are.
Traveler, have you any food? Surely you've a scrap to spare.
Can I give it to you? The gunner grabs your leg. She paws at you with a weak grip, fingers bone thin and trembling.
Mercy, traveler. Never have I been so hungry.
I'm gonna straight up give her some food. The woman snatches the food from your hands with surprising speed, eyes darting a glance from any onlookers before she shoves it between her teeth. She gnaws desperately, swallows, chokes, chews again, and speaks from a mouth half full from the next bite. I gave her an eel.
Thank you. I'll share it, I swear. Thank you, traveler.
Oh, the gullet has its own reputation. Do you have no access to food?
Always there is prize share. The pile has grown leaner these years.
Oh, look. They put it in the game for making everyone give everyone everything.
Little falls to our pile that is not rotten or sour from this week and maybe before.
Maybe you should seek paying work. There are places that will sell even a vagrant food. A disbelieving laugh cracks from her throat.
Many Raparu come from other islands these days. They are strong and capable workers. Not like me. But they too tithe to the prize share.
Oh, what do you mean?
Forgive me, I say too much. If you would know more, ask Inoi. Our elder listens to those in need, and he speaks, out of earshot of the guards. He's there, in the house to the right when you cross the bridge. He can speak of the hunger.
Okay.